Wherever you go in Sri Lanka, you will see always a logo.
So for example, people who have bought it at 50, 55 million, and then later they have sold it at 125, 140. And real estate is a great wealth builder. So then the rate of appreciation is for your investment is very high. Port City is the future of real estate and real estate investment as well.
At this particular time, do you see it's a good time for this kind of strategy?
More you will have to look into the developer than the development sometime, because
Real estate as an investment tool towards your financial freedom. So we have discussed many investment opportunities that you can see and build your wealth. Now today we are going to talk about a different subject, but we have been right through talking about real estate industry. So to talk about this, we thought to invite a veteran in the industry, the group chairman of Prime Group, Mr. Premalal Brahmanagiri. Thank you very much, sir, for being in our show today.
Pleasure.
So Prime Group and Prime Lands, wherever you go in Sri Lanka, you will see always a logo. And I was wondering, Mr. Premalal, in the recent few years or months, we saw that Prime was launching a lot of luxury projects, especially I think Monvi, Colombo 5 came, then Elizabeth came in. Is there a particular reason why Prime Group started to launch especially this luxury type of projects? Because is there a demand coming in? How do you see this?
Yeah, of course, we Prime Group had been in the business for last 30 years, and then from the small land development company, we had come to a long way as one of the leading or the leader in the real estate industry in Sri Lanka. And we have been, our portfolio always includes from 20 million even up to 600 million. That range is there. Now, when it comes to luxury market, of course, we have after the Prime Grant, we identified that there's a big demand for luxury houses in Colombo, especially in Colombo 7 and Colombo 5. So that's why we introduced Monvi and Elizabeth in Colombo 7, and which is going to be at the level of Grand or even higher than Grand. So there's a big demand, and even other players also I saw somehow come into the luxury segment because of the demand, and definitely there had been expansion in the market.
Especially I would like to talk about the Prime Grand, because in Colombo 7 when it was developing, I think during the COVID time, some of the people were saying no, I don't know if it will be coming up. So as a personal investor as well, what I saw was I was monitoring this carefully, and the people who put initially a small amount, now they've been able to double, triple their investment and grow their wealth.
Correct. For example, people who have bought it at 50, 55 million, and then later they have sold it at 125, 140 and even more. So there's been real estate always that capital gain is there, that return is there. That is why the real estate is always, not only in Sri Lanka, most of the world places, if you invest wisely, is the best or one of the best investment tool anybody can have.
You say if a person is overseas, right, especially in like Australia and New Zealand, we see a lot of expats are there. We saw another trend that they also like to invest. How do you see that real estate as a investment tool to build their financial freedom someday?
Yeah, real estate is a great wealth builder, and it definitely go over. You can have invest properly, you can have a financial freedom, and but unlike shares, this is a real asset. That is the difference between financial assets and real estate. Real estate is a real asset. You can feel, touch, and use, and at the same time. So it's if you invest wisely, it's always it's going up at the correct place. Of course, you will have to invest with the correct developer. Then and it has great leveraging asset. Unlike the other ones, you can leverage it. Leverage it in the sense that you can pay 10-20% and buy 80% of the value. And once the building is come up, the appreciation is happening on the 80%, on entire 100%.
Yes, yes.
But actually you have paid 20%, and over the period sometimes you have paid another 30-40%. But the appreciation, that's why then the rate of appreciation is for your investment is very high. And then even you can have multiple projects and multiple apartments or houses or lands and things like that. So that is where you can gradually build the huge portfolio. For example, I saw his guru in financial freedom, Rich Dad Poor Dad guy, Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
He is having to the tune of 16,000 condo units. 16,000.
And also somewhere he was saying he has borrowed 20 billion or something US dollars, huge amount. And
That is
6,000
leverage.
units.
Yeah, and you will have to see what you are investing and what is your rate of appreciation.
Correct.
Always rate of appreciation is high, and if you come off the market plan, it's always high, because then as developers we are introducing at a lesser price. Some people cannot imagine.
Correct.
Once the building come up like this and so on, then only the people can see the project, and then they can see the quality and everything. Then the value is going up. So your initial investment, you are paying pieces and all that. So that as a result, your rate of appreciation is high, and then if you really plan at the early stage in your life, gradually you can have a multiple portfolio of real estate apartments or houses, or even to that matter lands.
Okay. So also another important question is what we see is now we have Mastermind has a follower base of about 125,000 followers, and number one financial literacy YouTube channel, which does in English and Sinhala both. And we did a recent video on Port City, and he was also emphasizing that Prime Land, the group, has a unique strategic location where the Port City development comes in. I think near Marina Bay. Also.
We are by the marina, facing the marina and the creek. There's only two real direct view. Only 2 or 3 lots are there, and out of that we have secured one lot which is 4 acres of land, and we are building a beautiful design is coming up, and then there's been a lot of demand from the local and foreign crowd. Investors, and it's a huge, and it's going to be a great success, and I see the Port City is the future of real estate and real estate investment as well.
Say somebody is watching this video, they want to invest in property. Do you advise them to look for residential investment, or look at something 1 or 2, 3 more apartments to purchase as investment purpose and allow it to grow and get rent income? What will be your...
It's depending on your appetite and how much you are having. Always it's good to hold if you have the capacity, and then you have the rental income as well as the capital gain. Both are there. In the meantime, you can buy it and keep it and rent it now. For example, now the rentals are also very good, attractive rates, so that you can easily, for our products, you can get at least more than 10%, definitely.
And the rent deal I saw in Colombo is sometimes going at 500,000, even 1 million, a 2-bedroom. So do you think this will be sustainable?
The demand is there, and then a lot of expatriates are coming, a lot of foreigners are there. Then the new development come, people want the places. So that rental, the yield you can sustain. Because always still there's no very limited supply. How many apartments, completed apartments per annum is coming. So then it can be sustained.
So investors wanted to use bank loans or credit facility and finance real estate. At this particular time, do you see it's a good time for this kind of strategy?
Yes, especially now the interest rates have come down. Your fixed deposit rates are low, and once it is also taxed, then you won't be getting more than 6-7%, not even 7%, I think. And also the bank lending rates are also very low, and especially most of the banks now giving even 0% down payment loans as well for a credit to the customers. So that, as I mentioned to you earlier, you can really leverage your investment. Instead of buying one unit, you can buy now 2 units. And so on. Even we in Prime, we give Prime Max, then we have people who have introduced Sri Lanka 1% down payment plan.
1%.
Sometimes you don't have to go in for a bank loan by paying about 10%, and then you can pay over a period of the building construction period. Then you can still you can have your unit, and your rate of appreciation is high. And if you can go to a bank loan and so on, then instead of 1 unit, you may be able to buy 2 units. And you can sell it at the end, 1 unit. And with that profit, you can settle the bank loan, and you can get the other unit almost free, or half the price or something like that. So like that, you can plan accordingly.
Okay. In order to conclude the session, I think real estate investors, if you're already watching, and if you have any concerns, please be free to drop a comment below, and we will definitely reply you. The next one would like to know is, if an investor is wanting to invest in a real estate project or a company, what are the top 3 things that you will advise them? 1, 2, 3.
That is always I have been saying. Now, when you look for apartment or house or whatever, you go and look at the location. You go and look at the building and how many floors. Then you go and look at your layouts, and then the 2 beds or 3 beds, or where the pool and everything. And then you even go up to the extent of seeing who is the architect, and what is the exterior color and everything. And you go ask for the price, you ask for a discount, you ask for a payment terms, all that. So that is all what you are looking at is the development. But very important criteria has been sometime forgotten or take it for granted. Or because of the advertising, or because of the attractiveness of the price or whatever, you get carried away and you go into a particular, let's say, developer. So you will have to really see from whom you are buying. The developer's credibility, how long he has been in the market, how many projects he has developed, whether those development projects are up to the mark, or how they are quality, and can this developer trustworthy, or can he be trusted. All that has to be looked into, because you are depositing, you are investing your hard-earned money to the developer. So it is more, you will have to look into the developer than the development sometime, because if the developer is okay, you are sure of you are getting your apartment with the may even sometime may not up to your expectation in certain cases. Still you have the apartments. And if it is a good developer, of course, when it comes to prime land, our developments are always more than what we show in the 3Ds or our brochures, or better than. And you can really go and see. So that is how, otherwise you will you might lose your money. That's where when you go, even still go in Colombo, you would have seen some half-built buildings are there. And then these investors, they have lost their money.
They lost their money.
Now, when it comes to prime land, as a real developer, we have been in the business for last 30 years, and we have great pride in providing huge, very beautiful projects, some more innovative designs projects, and new concepts, financial concepts to Sri Lanka, like Prime Max 1% payment plan and things like that, where you can really have your financial freedom with leveraging by using those payment methods and so on. And one of the remarkable thing, other than becoming best developer, best condo, luxury developer, and many accolades, one of the things I would like to show you that in recent last year, we have been featured in the Philip Kotler's Essential of Modern Marketing book. This is the Bible of the
Philip Kotler,
marketing, and Prime Land also is featured there. And then as a one of the leading real estate brand, and how we have been evolved over a period of
Okay, right.
30 years.
30
So-
years.
So look for always for the developer.
Mhm.
That is where your hard-earned money is going to be invested.
Correct.
So you will have to safeguard it
Mhm.
somehow.
Right, that's
So
right.
look at the builder,
Mhm.
than the developer,
Okay.
than the development.
Okay.
Or otherwise both are equally
Okay.
important.
So thank you very much for sharing these valuable insights on how to build your wealth of financial freedom by using real estate. So thank you very much for being in our
Okay,
show today.
Roshan,
Thank
thank
you.
you for having me.